Subscribe right now and hit the bell icon, or this fat spider will crawl over your face while you sleep.
Hi friends, today we're covering the top 10 biggest rivalries in the animal kingdom. You won't believe which animal fights the king of the jungle and which massive sea creatures duke it out to the death every day. We saved the best for last, so make sure you stick around for that. Here we go with number 10, ant versus termite. While most people know that ants can be quite violent, there's an insect out there that's just as bad and oftentimes starts fighting ants just for the street credit. In case you didn't know by now, termites build their mounds way up high, reaching heights up to 17 feet or 5 meters tall. The biggest problem they can face off against is the rain, which can easily tear through their mounds, and as that happens and their defenses are down, guess who's there to mess with them? Ants. That's right. Ants actually purposely search for their mounds, and as the rain starts pouring, they charge at it only to eat as many of them as possible. Termites are technically defenseless against ants, especially considering just how disorganized they can be in case of rain. Number 9. Mongoose versus cobra. Whenever anyone thinks about the cobra's natural enemy, they tend to stutter around, thinking that there really isn't any creature out there willing to face off against them. But again, you'd be wrong. That's because there's an actual animal that only puts up a fight against them, but also wins most of the time. That is the mongoose, the most proficient cobra killer out there. They are completely fearless against cobras, actively chasing them around to eat them alive. The reason as to why they can survive against a cobra's bite is pretty simple. They don't get affected by the venom. Mongooses have specifically evolved to be able to take on the venom and brush it off, and since cobras don't really have any other means of defending themselves, they quickly become targets for them. Number 8. Honeybee versus Asian giant hornet. Asian giant hornets are some of the largest and scariest insects on the planet. They are heavily armored beasts, able to take a lot of pain before going down and spread around even more with their massive needle. They are feared by both man and insect alike, but if there's anything that we know from nature's documentaries, it's that honeybees are not ones to back away from a fight. So what will often happen in the wild is a massive Asian giant hornet will invade a honeybee hive and take down a lot of them while trying to steal their honey. The sad thing is that they will sometimes be able to pass through their defenses, taking down hundreds of hard-working honeybees in the process. But as it turns out, they will not give up without giving it their all. Eventually, the hornet will fall most of the time, and the honeybees will clean everything up the same day. Number 7. Camel versus horse. This one may come as a shock to you, but for some unknown reason, camels absolutely cannot stand horses and vice versa. Despite the fact that they lived together during the Pleistocene era, they cannot even look at one another without attacking the other. Many have argued that this is because horses sense some unfamiliarity to them. They cannot coexist because they were used in the past into battles by rival cavalries. So whenever they see each other, they essentially only think about one thing: death is coming. I need to fight or either I mincemeat. So who is more likely to win between the two? Camels are still more likely to make it out because horses get way too spooked around them. Number 6. Sperm whale versus giant squid. Sperm whales are massive, ranging it at anywhere between 49 to 59 feet or 15 to 17 meters in length, and they have very few active predators that are willing to put up a fight against them. They are practically untouchable until they end up diving deep underwater around 3,000 feet or 1,000 meters below the surface level. That is where they face off against their natural rivals, the giant squids. These massive creatures are said to be strong enough to easily put up a good fight with a sperm whale, even winning a lot of the times. Experts have even estimated that the bottom of the sea is most likely full of dead sperm whale carcasses after they faced off against one another. At the same time, we have found many sperm whales that are filled to the brim with battle scars from this legendary battle. Number 5. Killer whale versus great white shark. The great white shark is one of the deadliest creatures of all time. While sharks themselves are not very proficient at killing humans, white great whites can easily take down humans and will do it even if given the chance to in the first place. They are literal apex predators, able to take on most sea creatures and escape without a scratch. That is, except the killer whale. Let's just say there's a reason as to why they are called killer, and it's not because of the classic 90s icon from Free Willy. Killer whales are not only fast but extremely deadly. Their bites can easily break down seals in a single crunch. And if faced off against a great white shark, it's anyone's guess as to who is going to make it out alive by the end. Number 4. Lion versus hyena. We won't dwell too hard on this one since it's one of the most famous rivalries out there for a reason. Everybody knows that hyenas and lions can't stand each other. But what people don't know is that hyenas are usually the winners from this bout. That's right. Hyenas, despite being generally smaller and less deadly than a lion, travel in packs. And when they see a lion chasing down its prey, they will surround them, and as soon as the lion manages to catch it, they force the lion to give away their freshly captured food. If it were a fair fight, this wouldn't even be a question. Lions are bigger and stronger, but because there are so many more hyenas than there are lions, they will oftentimes give up without a fight because they'd rather catch another meal than risk getting injured. Number 3. Hippopotamus versus crocodile. There isn't a lot we can say about the hippopotamus that we haven't said by now. They are by far the deadliest creatures from any lineup out there. They are both violent and extremely powerful. They will not hesitate to trample anyone down, and they will not back down from any fight. So what happens when a hippopotamus ends up squaring off with a crocodile? Bloodshed. A lot of bloodshed. A single hippopotamus can take down 3 or 4 crocodiles at once. But if they all gather around and pounce at him at once, there is very little chance for the hippopotamus to make it out alive anymore. Needless to say, this is a battle that could easily go both ways. Who would you bet on? Let us know in the comments section below. Number 2. Dolphin versus shark. While sharks are not all that violent when it comes to prey the same size as them, they will oftentimes square up against dolphins not because they want to, but because the dolphins are the ones instigating the fight. Believe it or not, but dolphins are very violent creatures. While we oftentimes see them as cutesy companion-type creatures, they will not hesitate to attack sharks, smash baby porpoises, and even attack humans. They have historically taken down more humans than sharks, so we really should not be ignoring their violent tendencies anymore. Number 1. Grizzly bear versus wolf. While they would not actually try to take down a fully grown grizzly bear on their own, the wolves share their burden with the rest of the pack, which means when they hunt, they will surround the grizzly bear and attempt to take it down by overwhelming it. What comes next is a very gruesome battle which results in a lot of dead wolves and sometimes a dead grizzly bear too. Chances are, however, that if the bear does die, there won't be many wolves left to claim their meat prize, to say the least. Do you know of any other animal rivalries out there? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, be sure to click on the recommended videos on the left and right side of the screen for more brutal content from us. See ya!